So a radian is this angle in the middle when the arc length is equal to the radius. It's the angle subtended at the centre by an arc of 1 radius length. So if that's 1 radian, how many radians are there in a circle? Well, have a look at this diagram from the textbook. It's actually a bit hard to see. The pi radians they're talking about is actually the green semicircle. We get 1 radian, 2 radians, 3 radians, and a bit. How come it comes out to exactly pi at the halfway mark? Well, remember the formula for the circumference of a circle, the whole circle, was 2 pi times the radius. So if I then divide that by the radius to work out the number of radians, I'm going to get 2 pi radians in the whole circle. And if it's 2 pi in the whole circle, it's pi in half the circle. So why do we think radians are better than degrees? Well, the reason is degrees, you have to remember it's out of 360. But radians is a ratio of arc length to radius. So because it's a ratio, it's actually unitless. It has no unit. There is a symbol you can use, and your textbook sometimes uses it. It's a little c, but almost nobody ever uses it. Basically, from this point on, you can assume radians unless there's a degree symbol. And particularly if you see a fraction involving pi, it's going to be radians, not degrees. So let's try some examples. Oops, my pen's not working very well. Write 50 degrees in radians. Well, that's 50 degrees times by pi radians in half a circle and 180 degrees in half a circle. So the degrees cancel out and I'll be unitless. Well, 5 over 18, I actually think we'll just leave that as a nice fraction. That's fine. And the opposite direction, write 2.35 radians in degrees. And all we're going to do is go the opposite direction, 2.35 times 180 degrees over pi. If you can also use 2 pi on 360, 360 on 2 pi, it'll be exactly the same. Now I don't really expect you to be able to do that in your head, but if you get a calculator, you'll find it's approximately 134.65 degrees. Now, unless you're told otherwise, I guess assume 2 decimal places, but normally the question will tell you exactly what to use.